Hey YouTubers, Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel. Okay guys, I brought this up on trends in the housing market 2 Wednesdays in a row, and I think I should dedicate an individual video to it before it actually becomes a thing, and then I jump on it and talk about it, and then people would be like, oh no, no, I don't believe you talked about it before. Well, I'm going to talk about it now before it happens. You got this coronavirus floating around. You got this trade wars. You got this repo markets. You're seeing repo strains. You're seeing all kinds of stuff. You're seeing banks just having a really tough time covering their overnight rates and stuff. You're just seeing a huge mess. You would have never fathomed this when you were in business school in high school and you were taking business class. You got to take, I think maybe it's mandatory in grade 10, 11, and 12 when I was in high school to take business 10, 11, and 12. It was just by the year you were in to understand, basic target marketing, understanding, keeping a captive audience, writing business proposals, stuff like that. You would have never fathomed we'd be in the mess we are today. Now, let me tell you what I believe is going to happen with the housing market, okay? With all this crap that's going on, obviously a lot more and more people are going to be scared to jump into the housing market with rumors of crashes and pockets and areas losing value on a weekly to monthly basis. I believe wholeheartedly, and you could knock me down on the comments if you want, that the next step left, there's two courses of action. One, they start creeping towards negative interest rates so people could take on more debt, and then we'll bring up assets through the roof. That's one. And then one, combined with part two, is they abolish cash so the banks don't get hit with a runoff on their people running up, taking money and losing confidence in their banking system and pulling money out. So I think if they did something like this, it would be very elaborate where they would, one, bring net rates to a point where your money is getting burnt in your bank account, so people need to just take money out because they're getting punished for saving, but they're getting rewarded for borrowing. Now, that's a very unlikely scenario to happen because it involves a lot of timing to put something like this into the market. Canada's half asleep, so I think half the people won't even know it. So I'm thinking that would be a very tough order to execute in a simultaneous matter without causing suspicion or fear of the banking cartels and all that stuff, of them retaliating against policy or adjoining policies that will inflict them later. But anyways, let me tell you what I think is going to happen in the housing market. The first part 1 and 2 scenario, very unlikely, but it might happen. Part two, like the second part, now I think they're going to go 100% loan to value. They did it in London about 5 years ago, 5 years ago, where London announced that, stand right here, if you qualify and your total debt service ratio fits, you don't need to put down a deposit. Just come and buy a house. Zero down, 100% loan to value. And any value that house occurs, that's all yours too. That's very dangerous. I know this is the next step, the next move they're going to make is 100% LTV. I know that's the most dangerous talk when it comes to financing, lending, however you want to see it, however we want to put it and see it. Guys, it's so dangerous. You have no idea. I think they're going to go 100% LTV for the last move to stimulate the housing markets even further. If they do 100% LTV, a lot of people that do qualify for the mortgage, first what they'll do is they'll run a TDS to make sure the total debt service ratio doesn't exceed. And a lot of people are like, well, they're lending me free money at a decent rate, and I get a house. That's the deception right there. That's the dangers right there. Maybe you might see a stimulation in the housing market at first. You might see that at first. I believe you would see prices somewhat shoot up. And then when people start tapping into their second mortgage or HELOCs, then you start to see more stimulation in the market and GDP look good. But then that's when things start to frail and crumble because now that they're at last wits, then they'll have to implement the first part of the discussion I said, where they have to go negative interest rates. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. This is actually very outlandish, weirdo, bizarro thing to say. And I've worked in the finance industry for quite a few years. A lot of people don't know that. They think I just sell toys. And no, I decided that I want to be able to sleep at night knowing that I'm not stealing someone's soul or someone's, that I'm, a lot of the people that I know of are people that are in or looking to finance a home, or whether it's a credit card or a line of credit or something. A lot of those people, like 95% of them, need credit counseling, not more credit. And that's the problem. And I couldn't stomach the situation or digest that or sleep well at night knowing that I'm just potentially ruining somebody's life. And I don't want to be in that position. And it's been many years now since I've been in that position, right? So I'm happy with what I do now. I understand the scenario. I've been there, seen it, done it, all kinds of meetings and trade shows and all kinds of stuff. I know how the game is played. So that's what's going to happen with the housing market. I honestly, wholeheartedly, I've been saying it on on Trends in the Housing Market 2 weeks in a row. I believe their next move on the chessboard will be 100% LTV. I know it sounds like, Mike, you're crazy, zero down on a house. They did it in London and it actually thrived. Their market thrived for 2 years. But then a bunch of people jumped on. Then they couldn't afford their mortgage, so they rented it out for these crazy amounts of money, their rent. And then the renters are taking the payment, and it's impoverishing the owner, the renter. It's impoverishing everybody. We're no longer wealth building, we're debt building. And that is the most dangerous thing ever right now, where we're at right now. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please debunk what I'm saying. Tell me I'm wrong. But I see 100% LTV, and then when things start to frail, they go into negative interest rates to save the housing market, and then they go ahead and implement a cash ban where it's all going to be Republic credits. Let me know, comment below. Lots of love, guys. Thanks for watching. And guys, go to Teespring and buy something. I got a Lord Humongous mug there for you guys. Go check it out on Teespring. Check out my t-shirts. If you're going to buy a sweater or a towel or something, buy it from a local guy you like. Thanks for watching. Lots of love. And stay strong. Happy Friday.